currently making headlines without even playing in the game after her and Jordan Chiles was pictured meeting each other after this Dallas Wings basketball game.
It was a tough win. Although Dallas was trying to keep up. They were trying to keep up. But I think they just started to give up the boards a whole lot, man. They gave up.
Good to meet you too.
You have Dallas Wings on.
Okay, look. I have a custom one. My best friend.
Picture this. Caitlin Clark, sidelined with an injury, still manages to steal the show. She spots Olympic gold medalist Jordan Chiles courtside wearing a Dallas Wings hat and immediately calls her out, saying, "You had a Dallas Wings hat on, but I'll let it slide." What on earth led to this hilarious moment going viral? And why was the internet so captivated? Let's break it down.
Being like a Patty Mills for them, bro. They need to definitely keep her, man, by any means necessary. Lexi Hall had 7 points.
Up 14 offensive rebounds. You're going to struggle to beat a team like that, especially if you're not taking advantage of all the turnovers.
Clark did go down to Dallas and pretty much break the damn internet because, she took over their arena. I talked about this on a...
Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video.
You just got here, bro. If you just got here, bro, I'm finna block you. Yes, Ari is a baller. She definitely is, bro.
Come on, man. You're giving up 14 boards. It's going to add up on you, dog. And, they shot 13% from the three. That was ridiculous.
Caitlin Clark might not have been on the court, but she was making her presence felt from the sidelines as if her season depended on it. Nursing a right groin injury, Clark wasn't in uniform, but you wouldn't know it judging by the energy she brought. She wasn't just sitting back quietly or casually observing. Nope, she argued calls with the same intensity as if she were driving to the basket, shouted encouragement at her teammates like a coach, and kept a laser focus on the action, as if she could will the team to victory from the bench. But imagine being Caitlin Clark right now. The fever had been showing signs of clicking even without her. For someone as competitive as Clark, that's bittersweet. She'd love to be out there leading the charge, but instead, she had to clap from the sidelines while her teammates figured it out. It's got to feel strange watching the spotlight shift, even temporarily. Yet, here's the thing about Clark, it doesn't seem to faze her.
I'm talking about the Wings, by the way. And 40 from the field, not bad from the field, but yeah. Anyway, just kind of sloppy.
Grass for the fans, and that was just one of the most coolest things I've ever seen, man. I've seen a lot of famous people. I've been around a lot of...
For a minute, I didn't understand why we was having Ari not bring the ball up, but they had Kelsey Mitchell kind of running the one a lot.
Even off the court, she finds ways to stay part of the story. Take her courtside moment with Olympic gymnast Jordan Chiles. It was both hilarious and a perfect look into just how locked in Clark remains. She zeroed in on Chiles, noticed her Dallas Wings hat instantly, and, without missing a beat, fired off a playful call-out, "You had a Dallas Wings hat on, but I'll let it slide." The comment itself? Harmless. Her delivery? Classic.
It's good. I know Caitlin Clark isn't there. I know that. But overall, this team has hit a trajectory.
Don't need that much time of that. You need to have a big that dominates in the paint and another big that can stretch the floor. I would love for her to just do that.
And the Fever is currently sitting at 16-12 after today's win. It was 88-78 over the Dallas Wings.
It was the kind of wit that draws fans in, quick, unscripted, and dripping with personality. Here's why that matters. Sports analysts often talk about intangibles, those traits that go beyond the stat sheet. For Caitlin Clark, her charisma is her secret weapon. Sure, she can stack highlight reels with deep threes and insane assists, but when fans remember her, they talk about moments like this. It's what keeps people watching her, even when she's not playing. That interaction with Chiles blew up online. Fans couldn't stop sharing the clip because it wasn't just banter, it was a glimpse of what makes Clark stand out. And believe it or not, this playful exchange was about to set the stage for an even more memorable crossover moment. What happens when you mix pure electricity from two superstars in entirely different sports? You get one unforgettable courtside moment.
You know, when they have two players that dominates in the paint, it's just hard to stretch the floor, and then it's easy for the defense to stop them. They just corral.
Paige had 22 points, 4 assists, and 4 rebounds. Paige showed up. Enrique was nowhere to be found.
Threes, smacked them. And I feel like both of them was in somebody's eyes. I feel like both of them were. But you take her out of the game after those.
So here's the story. Jordan Chiles, Olympic gold medalist and pride of U.S. gymnastics, found herself at a Dallas Wings game, soaking in the energy of the WNBA. It's something we've seen more of lately, athletes from all corners of sports supporting women's leagues. But here's where it gets good. Chiles wasn't just there to blend into the crowd. She was front and center, rocking a Dallas Wings cap. That's when Caitlin Clark's eagle eye locked in. Now think about this for a second. Chiles wasn't deliberately making a statement by wearing the hat. In fact, she's a huge fan of women's sports as a whole, cheering for athletic excellence wherever it comes from. But the choice of that cap, especially at a Fever game, turned the moment into something hilarious and ironic. It's like showing up courtside at a Duke game wearing a UNC blue shirt. And let's be honest, Caitlin Clark wasn't about to let it slide completely unnoticed.
What's so nice about Bibby? She can take Sophie's spot or she can take Howard's spot. Wherever you want to switch her. That's why I'm like, there's no reason for you to not play Bibby.
And just like I stated, this is their 4th consecutive win, guys. This is major. This is major for Stephanie White as a coach.
Two players that dominates in the paint, it's just hard to stretch the floor, and then it's easy for the defense to stop them. They just corral the players inside the...
The instant Clark saw her, you got this perfect mix of humor and mutual respect. And visually? The interaction couldn't have been funnier if you tried. Clark, who stands a striking 6 feet tall, and Chiles, at just 4 feet 11 inches, made for a sight that seemed straight out of a comedy skit. But all jokes aside, there's a bigger narrative here. Chiles being there wasn't just a random appearance. It's part of a larger trend where the WNBA is gaining serious traction among elite athletes of all backgrounds. That crossover interest speaks volumes about the league's growing relevance. The Fever's social media team, quick to know a viral hit when they see one, managed to capture the whole thing and put it out where fans ate it up. Comments rolled in about how the mutual respect was palpable, but also how Clark's sense of humor shined. Really, it was more than a funny moment, it was a reminder of how tight-knit the world of women's sports can be. And for Clark, it added another layer to her role as one of the league's bright,